a state trooper who has been charged for the second time of domestic violence. Seems like the first time the wife went back and recanted, but the second time it was caught on video.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight from the investigative unit. A trooper who was arrested for domestic violence last year and not prosecuted is back in custody tonight, facing additional charges, including multiple counts of obstruction of justice.
Lieutenant James Jefferson III had his charges dropped last year, and a new investigation by the Attorney General's office is shedding light as to why. Bess Casserly has more.
Michael, Sylvia, the new allegations lay out 2 additional instances of domestic abuse, including that Jefferson hit his wife with his car. He's also accused of forcing his wife to retract statements she gave to police.
Exclusive video taken by the WBRZ investigative unit captured the moment State Police Trooper James Jefferson III was arrested for the second time, this time by members of his own agency. According to the Attorney General's office, the 18-year veteran stands accused of multiple instances of physical abuse, as well as trying to influence or interfere with investigations and destroying evidence. Jefferson was arrested by Baton Rouge police last year for domestic violence against his wife. The investigative unit was there when state police came to collect his patrol unit. According to the affidavit in that incident from February 2025, Jefferson and his wife had a physical altercation where he threw her to the ground while a child was nearby. Jefferson had scratches on his hands, and there was no mention of visible injuries to the victim. Officers were able to find surveillance video which captured only audio of the altercation.
Despite that evidence, District Attorney Hiller Moore's office declined to prosecute that case, we're told, because the victim filed a drop charges request. We're now learning that Jefferson may have coerced her into filing that request, as well as providing other false statements.
Now, that is one of the biggest problems we have with domestic violence victims, is that either they're convinced by their husband or boyfriend, whoever is assaulting them, to drop the charges. Baby, I'll never do this again. This is something, I was just super angry and stressed. I love you. They'll say all kinds of things to get a woman, or it can be a man too, to get them to not press any kind of charges. And without them pressing charges, it's hard to move forward. It's virtually impossible. There are some ways, but let's keep going into this.
The Attorney General's investigation is connected to that incident and several new allegations of abuse from the same victim. Before his first arrest, Jefferson was a lieutenant over the Criminal Patrol Unit. Currently, he works with the Gaming Control Unit.
State police say Jefferson is on administrative leave. In all, he's charged with 1 count of aggravated battery, 2 counts of domestic abuse battery, 2 counts of filing false public records, and 3 counts of obstruction of justice.
Absolutely sickening. Let's go over to this next video and see what else we can find out.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. First tonight, a bond of $52,500 has been set for a state trooper arrested on domestic violence charges for the second time.
James Jefferson appeared in court today charged with domestic violence. News 2's Joe Collins asked a legal expert about this hearing.
That's right, Michael, Sylvia. This was the second time that Jefferson has been arrested on domestic violence charges. He was arrested in February 2025, and he posted a $10,000 bond. This new bond for this year is...
Tuesday afternoon, our cameras were rolling as Trooper James Jefferson III was arrested for the second time on domestic violence charges. In court Thursday, attorneys for the state showed video of Jefferson allegedly strangling his wife. He's also accused of hitting her with his car before pressuring her to lie about the incident to investigators.
I'm sorry.
Legal commentator Franz Borghardt says these allegations raise serious questions.
So I don't think we can gloss over the fact that if we're talking about hitting them with a car, those allegations, if true, begs the question, what is going on with this trooper such that he has those kind of violent tendencies? If in fact these facts are true, it raises the biggest red flag, which is, can he really be trusted to be law enforcement?
Commissioner.
As soon as someone beats their wife, I think the question is that's the first question should be asked in the first place. Like, come on, let's be serious now. If a police officer beats his wife at the house, should he be a police officer? Absolutely not. Let's keep going.
Commissioner Nicole Robinson said that according to the law's definition, the video showed probable cause of strangulation, but she would need more to hold Jefferson without bond. Bond was set at $52,500.
I would say that a second offense domestic abuse battery, depending on the nature of the facts, depending on other issues, 50 to 60 is not an unreasonably low nor high bond. It's a reasonable bond.
A part of his bond, Jefferson is prohibited from possessing a firearm.
Domestic abuse battery raises all sorts of questions. Like under the federal law, you can't possess a firearm if you're convicted of a domestic crime.
Robinson ordered Jefferson to wear an ankle monitor, attend counseling, and undergo a substance abuse evaluation. She also issued a protective order, which was not in place following Jefferson's first arrest.
I'm surprised it wasn't. I'm not surprised it wasn't in the first case because she ended up recanting it.
Contacted by the attorney representing the victim's family, he says that he nor the family can make any statements at the moment. Michael?
Absolutely crazy situation, y'all. Let's go over into the AI breakdown just to get a little bit more information about this whole situation. So as we know, we got the Louisiana State Police Trooper James Jefferson III, 41, was arrested on March 31st, 2026 on domestic violence charges for the second time. The second arrest conducted by the Louisiana Attorney General's office, following a referral from the state police. So he faces multiple counts, including aggravated battery, domestic abuse, battery, failing a false report, and 3 counts of obstruction of justice. He is accused of strangling his wife, hit her with a car, and pressuring her to lie to investigators. So his first arrest, which happened in February 2025, he was arrested by the Baton Rouge Police Department for domestic abuse battery with a child endangerment. His current status as of April 2026, a judge set his bond for $52,500. Under the conditions of his release, he must wear a GPS monitor, undergo substance abuse evaluations, and is prohibited from possessing a firearm. During the hearing on April 2nd, the court found probable cause for the strangulation charge after reviewing video evidence. The investigation into his conduct remains active following on both the new allegations and the alleged cover-up of the prior incident. Absolutely tragic. So I did have a question. Why give him bond in the first place? So during the bond hearing on April 2nd, prosecutors did request that he be held without bond, but the court commissioner rejected the request due to the lack of clear and convincing evidence. I guess the video isn't enough to say that that's clear and conclusive that he shouldn't be out on the streets. Okay. So under Gwynn's law, a judge can only deny bail if there is a clear and convincing evidence that the defendant possesses an imminent danger or is a flight risk. In this case, the decision turned on several factors. So insufficient evidence of strangulation. Prosecutors presented a video they claimed showed Jefferson strangling his wife. However, Commissioner Nicole stated that while she saw a hand on the woman's neck, the video did not clearly show the intentional impeding of airflow. The intentional impeding of airflow required for strangulation charges to warrant a no bond court or no bond order. So they actually got to see that it looks like he's strangling the air out of it, or he's not letting you get any air. Probable cause versus no bond standard. So the commissioner noted that while there was enough evidence for probable cause to proceed with the charge, the higher legal threshold needed to hold someone without bond had not been met. And the court determined that the public and victim safety could be managed through strict conditions rather than a total incarceration. These include GPS monitor, protective order, and prohibition of firearms, mandated counseling, parenting classes, and substance abuse evaluations. But let's be honest, y'all. Let's think about this. I think we got a gist of that. But if someone truly wants to take your life, they will not stop. They will not, that protective order, the GPS monitor is not going to stop them until it's too late and they find out that they're already there. But at the end of the day, let me know your thoughts. That's all we want to talk about. What do we think of this whole situation, y'all? Should he have been given bond in the first place? It sounds like they have a good understanding on why why he was allowed to have a bond. But do you agree with that? The world is a crazy place, and if anyone is dealing with any kind of domestic abuse by a partner, male or female, they need to come forward and they need to put a stop to it. No one deserves to put their hands on you. You have to remember that.